Just starting the YouTube live early. I'm just starting the live early.
You're going to give the presenter the cordless mic, and we'll use the cordless mic. We'll have to switch the mic back and forth. It's in the corner on the floor, yeah. And, yeah, I think that'll be easier. It's already on. Yes. That gets all edited out. It gets edited out.
So that's what it looks like.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I feel like I need to get it a little bit further back.
You made it! Whoa! Look at you! Kept the word, huh? Hey, Mia, good morning. I'm good. How are you? Yes, absolutely. Yep, you can do that. I'm good.
It's so funny. It feels like every time I look at it, it looks crooked.
But it looks fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm bumping into you. Yeah, that's personal.
Now we get started. Everybody grab your coffee, hug your friends, have a seat. Well, we started in like 4 minutes. I'm not sure if we're going to do the most.
Hey, Lisa, we're trying to get everyone for taping purposes. When we keep going, you're the best. I figured we would do it once. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh.
She's in warm weather.
Gotta monitor YouTube. I mean Zoom. We're doing good on time. We're not usually this cramped. I know, right?
For real. That's awesome.
Well, we have two presenters for this day.
We kind of got to move quick.
We have two presenters and we have Automation Alley. Okay.
So good morning. Good morning and welcome to 1 Million Cups. Good morning. My name is Lisa Davis. I will be emceeing today. Good morning. Hey, hi. Come forward.
Perfect. Right there.
Okay. We're filming, so good morning. My name is Lisa Davis. I will be your MC for today. Welcome to 1 Million Cups, where we feel and believe that across the nation, at this time of the morning, 1 million people are sharing a cup of coffee while they're talking to and about their business. Back from the community and getting help from the community about anything that they have concerns about their business. So what I'm going to do first is say hello to the YouTube community. Hey,
That's over there.
huh?
This is YouTube.
That's you. That's
Good morning and welcome, and thank you for joining us on YouTube. We really appreciate you. And anybody that has YouTube that knows how to follow and subscribe, please go to YouTube. Follow us at 1 Million Cups Detroit.
Metro.
Like, share, subscribe. We would love to see you there. You'll be able to see the replays of all the things that happen on Wednesday mornings at 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning if you missed anything. So, before we get started, we want to find out who's new today. Who is this your first time today? Keep your hands up. Welcome. We have a free gift for you. Welcome, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Keep your hands up. You got a little gift. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's real cute, isn't it? We have a free gift. Okay, let's tell you for the first time and presenting. Okay, that's how you do it. Just break it on in. Okay, all right. We also want to see if there's any consultants in the room, any partners of Open Drive, if there are, any business-to-business consultants, please raise your hand. These are people that are supporting the businesses that come here to get assistance or have questions. These are the people that help support for you. Y'all can raise your hand a little higher. Okay, yes, look at all these experts. Okay, yes, absolutely. Now we want to also we have a coffee presenter, coffee sponsor. We want to bring up the coffee sponsor.
Amy? 80 Acre Farms.
I know it. And 80 Acre Farms, I got it. Technology is always technology with me. Good morning, Amy, welcome. You want to say everything?
Hi everybody, I'm Amy with 80 Acre
Baker's Farms. We're sampling some salad kits and some basil boat, so please check us out. We've been here before, I think one of the first Million Cups meetings that was had across the street, but super excited to be back. So yeah, we're an indoor vertical farm, 100% pesticide free. Harvest to store in 2 days, so you're gonna get a longer shelf life and just a fresher product. So if you're hungry, come and check us out. We're gonna be sampling all morning.
What stores are you located in?
Thank you so much, Gerald. You can find us in Kroger stores. So we're in Kroger stores across Michigan.
Awesome. Anything new this year? Any new products launched?
We have a new salad kit coming out in March. It's an Italian salad. And then we have finally a spinach mix. So that will be coming in April.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you so much.
sponsoring.
So I just want to put it out there that we always need a coffee sponsor, and obviously if we have salad sponsoring coffee, that means you don't have to provide the coffee. So if you have a business or you want to get a little bit of exposure in front of this wonderful group of people, please see myself, Josh, Daryl, Carmen, and be a coffee sponsor. It's a great way to come up in front and talk about your business while giving us delicious coffee that we need for 1 million cups of coffee on Wednesdays, okay? So let's get to the next item. Agenda?
Our community ask.
Yeah. So this is our community ask. I'll be like the Price is Right girl. Presenters are wanted. We need you, if you have a business and you would like to present, we need presenters. We have presenters that come up, you'll see them today, and we would like to get you booked. We are kind of booked out till April, which is
Mid-March.
Mid-March.
Mid-March, yeah.
But we're greedy, and we want more presenters. So please, if you have a business and you have some thoughts about your business or some concerns, you need some help, lots of great advice here, but we would love to hear about your business, learn about your business, and have you present about your business. Other things, organizers wanted. Organizers are like myself, somebody that agrees to MC or Daryl. All organizers raise their hand. And the organizers committee is a volunteer committee, but it helps to put this whole thing on every single week. Every single week. So if you're interested in volunteering and getting involved, meeting a great community of people, coming together every week to meet, please join the organizers committee because we need organizers and become a champion for entrepreneurship. And then we also have coffee sponsors that are wanted, but we did just talk about that. But again, if you would like to be a coffee sponsor, please see someone on the organizing committee because we really need people to sponsor our coffee. So we're gonna talk about the first person coming up now. All right, let's go. So today's presenter, our first one is Olga Schmidt from Creative Society. We're gonna have her come up, talk to us about her business. Welcome, Olga.
Woo.
Thank you so much. Thank you for organizing this amazing event. I've been here a few times and amazing connections, amazing presentations by all. So thank you for having me. My name is Olga Schmidt and I am the president of a nonprofit organization called Creative Society. And
There you go.
okay. And as I said, Creative Society is a nonprofit. Our mission is to study the climate disasters that are going on the planet. So we study climate and environment. We look for solutions. We work with scientists from all over the world, and we see what's going on, how we can help, and how can we find the solution to the problems that our people are facing today. What we do is we have a variety of things that we do as a nonprofit. So we, sorry, I don't want my head to be in the presentation. So we do have scientific research that was put together by scientists from all around the world. You can find it on our website, where we do a multidisciplinary approach of everything that's happening on the planet, what's going on with our oceans, the earthquakes, the floods, why it's happening, and what to expect in the future. We also spread information through various events worldwide. We did participate in COP29 and COP16 this year. And also we do documentary films. documentary films. This one is the heating of the ocean and what's going on to the ocean. So what makes us unique, I know I didn't put this slide on there, but that was on there. So we use a multidisciplinary approach. We don't just look at volcanoes, or we don't just look at earthquakes. We look at, our scientists look at everything. We put all the data together and we look how are those things interconnected. Not only that, but we also look at the ocean. Why is the ocean warming up? I don't know if anybody's been to Florida or anywhere else. The temperature of the ocean has reached an ultimate high, and that has never been recorded before. And that's a big concern. And we also look at micro and nanoplastic to see how we can clean up the oceans and the water and so on and so forth, and the damages it's doing to our body as well. So what do we, let's go back to the slide. What are our, how do we go back?
Is that working?
I guess
There you
we'll
go.
return
Okay,
to that
it's
slide.
back there.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so what are our challenges today? So our challenges today is to bring the attention of not only the policymakers to this topic, but also to the everyday person, to understand what's going on and also to understand how can we be prepared. What to do if a natural disaster reaches your home. What can we do, how to stay safe? Because today the studies show that when people don't know what to do, unfortunately, those are most of the time the people that do lose their lives. So it's very important to be prepared and to understand what to do in certain situations. So what have we tried so far? We do local events, local networking events where we get people from the community together where they can network. We invite two nonprofits to also present, just to kind of have people, I guess, network, meet each other, understand what the community is, connect people, and also share information. Because we know if something happens, the person near you is the one that's going to be helping you, and you're going to be helping them. So it's important to know each other, important to know your neighbor, important to understand what to do. Also, we do online events where scientists come on and talk about climate and what's going on in the world today. As I said, we've participated in COP29 and COP16. We presented our information there. And then we also have the latest climate news where we do a review of all the climatic events that had happened in the world on our planet in a week or so, and we have documentaries like that online, and interviews with scientists and experts. So, lesson learned, this is a good one. So we see that today climate, environment, and so on is a very politicized topic, I would say. And today, when we talk to people, they say, well, what can we do? We're only one person. It's, the policymakers. They're the ones that should be doing something. And then we go to the policymakers and they say, well, the people need to request for us to do something. So we can see that it's a vicious circle. And unfortunately, today, people are not prepared and we're not putting enough attention to this topic. And, the scientists are the one that need to come together. We talk about the fact that we need a scientific center, a unified scientific center where scientists get together from all around the world and start working out these issues. So the audience, here we go. I know this is kind of a different topic than usual, than the ones I've seen here before. So a few questions is, how can we get the attention of the policymaker to this topic? Also, how can we get the attention of citizens to this topic so that they understand what's going on, they actually do some research and understand how to be prepared in certain situations. So I guess those are the questions that I have. Thank you guys so much.
So if anybody would like to come up and provide any solutions or any comments, any introspective thought, please feel free to come up. This is the time that we lean on our visitors to help the small business or the nonprofit dig into their problem and find some solutions.
Is that working? name is Earl Rowan, represent T Plus, I'm an architect. So one of the things, not working?
Yeah.
Oh, it is working. Hey, there we go. I'm Harold. Design T Plus, my firm, I'm an architect here in the Detroit area. You're talking about outreaching, getting in front of the public and everything else. I heard you saying that you're doing stuff with scientists, you're doing seminars. One of the things that would be really beneficial to public and everything is talking about building science. How is it that building science can be actually implemented to reduce climate, heat island effects, reduce the effects on the climate? How does it benefit that owner? How does it benefit that business? So maybe doing some seminars where you're bringing in scientists that actually do building science from the architectural side, that actually can open up your avenue to give it to the people and one to the public versus dealing typically with scientists and bureaucrats.
Okay, so, and the first thing I thought was, I don't want people to be afraid. I mean, it's like, I feel like there's a balance that we have to maintain because, we saw what happened with COVID. It's like, everybody starts stockpiling toilet paper, but it's important. So what I was thinking is, maybe something where you take like a life situation, an event, do this series of, kind of either shorts on YouTube or something like that, where it's a scenario. It's like, you're at the park, or you are, you're at school, and you play through what they would actually do, so they can really see what would need to happen in this particular situation. But it's not as scary. It's kind of like in the back of my mind, oh yeah, if this happens, I need to do it. But at the same time, you're educating them on what needs to happen in this season. You know what I'm saying? Like to bring it, kind of meet people where they're at, and then take them on this journey to show them what they would do if this thing happened, if there was some issue.
And a short video.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would definitely leverage YouTube shorts. I really, video is big, so I would do something short. Most people's attention spans are short. So something where it's like, take them, go meet them where they're at, take them through the situation and show them what to do.
You're right, it is a scary topic.
Yeah.
People don't want to look into that too much.
Good morning. Excellent presentation, and I love what she said about meeting them where they are. I'm Tanisha Molden. I'm an intellectual property attorney, so we do a lot with branding. I would add on to that and take a step back because some of the things I heard you talk about were what I call avatars. You talked about two different ones in the beginning: the policymakers and then the everyday person. And to speak to them would require different language and get them to understand what's going on. At the end, you mentioned a third one, which was scientists. So understanding, I think going back and doing a little, some more market research on how to speak their language, because truly they each have their own agendas. So you need to understand what their agenda is and how can you make it work for them in society as a whole and within your goals. So going back and understanding what language they're speaking, so you have three different avatars, and maybe it would be ideal to pick one, and focus on them, and really talk, get deep with that avatar, who will help push your agenda too, and then others will see this, and then you can add on the other ones, because I think it's an uphill battle to have so many, and you're spreading yourself out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Ronald Barksdale. I'm here to offer a solution. We recently started a podcast, and it's called Green Info Urban Science, where we're bridging the gap between the urban community and someone in your sector, the green sector. So we record out of New Mexico and offer you an episode.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
My suggestion is very basic, and it's probably already been said. I'm just going to add to what has already been stated. Why do we care? And so bringing that out to the audience that you're trying to reach, how it relates to them, bringing that startling statement, that story, where it stops them in their tracks and they're not thinking about doing this or doing that. Wow, this can happen. What do I do if it does? So just drawing them in to make them want to know more about what we're doing, not just assume that they know.
So scare them.
Sometimes the startling statement is what makes us act.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes that threat of the scare that makes us do something different. So it wouldn't be children that you're scaring, but it's a reality because it's saving them in the long run. So maybe it is necessary to get them thinking. Because we're bombarded with so many different messages. Why is this first? Some people, and I don't know your target audience, but some people may be thinking, I gotta pay this bill, I got my business to scale. I need to do this, I need to do that, and that's kind of on the back burner. So bring it to the forefront by making them care about what you have to present.
Thank you so much.
I'm Jordana. I own a social media agency called Digital, and a lot of people have said what I'm going to say, but here's the thing. You need to have a personal connection. Like, I saw your social media, you do have 70,000 followers, but if I look at it, nothing is personal. It's not a personal connection. For me, I'm just going to scroll away because I'm like, it's not for me. But if you actually look at it and you create a personal connection, people know who you are, they know your stories, they're going to say, oh, preparing for disaster? Of course I want to prepare for a disaster. Like, you have to have a series, you have to have value. You really want to get people connected. That's all about being personal in every single business.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello. So I have a solution as well as regulatory compliance. So I have to have people go towards the proposed rules and leave comments. And so one of the things I did was join TikTok because there's a lot of young people on TikTok, and young people care about the environment. And what I have to do is explain what the problem is and let them know why they should care, and then connect with people that just spoke, like the young lady that just spoke. But the tutorial on social media, for me, that has worked, because we have actually stopped some things, or we at least delayed it so that we were able to advocate for the things that we wanted within the policy that was going forward. I was able to do a call to action and get people involved, and then do a link to the rules or to the need, where you say you have to show the need in order to get the funding to work with the need. So sometimes we have to take them step by step, and so I have a link in my social media profile that says follow that link. That link will take you to the legislation or to the thing that you're trying to get them to go to. Go to that. Then I have a tutorial. This is what you need to say. If you don't know what you need to say, copy paste. Copy paste, submit, and I need at least 100,000 people to do this. If you've got 70,000 people following you, you've got enough votes. You've got enough votes, right? To get some people to go out, and what will happen is it'll shock that you've got all this synergy around the concern that you have for the environment. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Excellent advice I've heard so far. Question for you, more than some advice. What's fueling your passion for these causes?
You know what? I've seen so much scientific evidence of what's going on and what's going to happen in the future, and it's just, you know, we're all people. We want to live. We want to make sure our kids have a planet to live on, and I guess that's my passion.
Part of your messaging should include why you're passionate. And I haven't had a chance to look at your social media yet, but always make sure that people can feel your passion. So why this is so important to you as an individual. Because we relate to people. I see someone's passion, I feel it's something, I want to make sure that, wow, I'm passionate about that too. And I've heard a lot of good comments about getting young people involved, Gen Z, Gen X. This is their planet. We're going to be dead gone in a few years.
Talk about crap.
But we need to make sure they have a planet that they can live on. They want to make sure that it is a livable planet for them and their children and future generations. There's a gentleman who used to come here, I haven't seen him in a minute, but he writes a comic book about social causes like green initiatives. I would love to connect you with him because maybe he can help you create kids that you could start at the elementary school level and teach kids about how to save the planet and why these issues are so important to them. Because what the kids do, they see something, they go home, they tell
thank you. Thank you so much for all that. Thank you.
Hi there. Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Melissa McClure Davis. I'm one of the Oakland Thrive providers. And one of the things I went to your website. I mean, your website, your Instagram. And yes, 70,000 followers. And the one thing I can say that a lot of people mention, but I'm just going to go out and say it, context and relevancy. The one thing about your this area of, I'm trying to understand, and you guys, her mission on the website is, our mission is to inform society about the impending climate and ecological catastrophe and the solution. And this area has always been, like you said, scare tactics, doom and gloom for future efforts. And so getting back to relevancy and context now, my suggestion is like, how could you make what you do matter to us who are really pissed off that eggs are $10?
I know, I went to the store yesterday, I was shocked.
There should be something inside like this eggs. So think of something contextual that we all are feeling the pain about.
So right now.
Right now. And so every day should be about right now. There should be a thread when it comes to this, to what's happening in the world right now. I mean, it's the only way to kind of get people's attention. So that's the public, so it's a public audience. Get their attention. And then in terms of policymakers, we know where we are right now when it comes to policy and who's leading some charges with that. And so get to the youth, and the youth are definitely interested in this area. I know my kids have always been. I mean, I put a cup in the trash and they're like, no. So they're already inclined with that, but talk about how it's affecting today and not the future. And as Daryl may be dead, but I'm living forever. And then we're all living. So
It's possible.
so make it related to now. How is climate control affecting why egg prices are so high? Because there's a threat. So do that.
Thank you so much.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Phoenicia. I'm the owner of Urban Solutions. We're a virtual administrative company. One of the things that we do is we prospect partnerships with people. So that coming to mind was chambers. Chambers actually support the missions of the business members. Some of them actually have more so a social mission rather than the other ones, right? Find those. Because they can connect you to partnerships. They're usually connected to municipalities and officials like that. Every year in Pontiac, there is a group called the Committee of 50. There's so many policymakers there. Brenda Carter, the mayor of Pontiac, and then from there you can develop relationships that will take you into other places, because I did see that you have policymakers up there. And then I don't know where she went, but to her point about youth, I do know that there is like maybe a deficit in this area. Not a lot of people are going into it, or maybe getting away from it. So connecting with schools like Oakland University, they're really big on their programs and connecting with the community and figuring out how they can get their programs into the community. So maybe you can be a liaison and vice versa for them too, but I will check in those areas.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah.
My name is Jess Thibodeau. I enjoyed the presentation. One thought that came to mind for me, and I want to see Instagram real quickly. I noticed a lot of the information getting out there, but maybe one way to engage and attract people's attention, like how can someone like myself or the people in this room take actionable steps to start to contribute to the change that's needed, that you need to see, like what are things that are, small things that are not that disruptive, but like I didn't see a lot of like actionable steps, like you can do this, contact your, local lawmakers to, do this. I didn't see a lot of that on Instagram, and maybe providing, information of like, okay, well, how can I help? Because, obviously we're all interested in, the future of our world and climate and things like that, and how are ways that it cannot be politicized, but things that everyone can, do in their everyday routine, just small ways to engage.
Good, thank you so much, appreciate it.
Thank you, so that's a lot of good
Thank you
information,
so
right?
much. Yes, very good information. Thank you guys so much for participating and for providing good information.
Okay, well, thank you,
Steps.
everybody give Olga a round of applause. Too many mics. Thank you, Olga. Creative Society, so you have follow her on YouTube, Instagram?
And Facebook.
Get my frequencies under control. There's so much energy coming out of me. So, our next speaker will be Latanya Clark Price with E2E Healthcare Solutions. Latanya, come on up.
Good morning, everyone. I want to first say thank you for being here, taking out the time to listen to us, entrepreneurs, talk about our business and provide valuable feedback. That's really appreciated and needed, especially in the entrepreneurship journey. So I haven't presented in front of people in about 6 years. So I'm gonna be a little nervous. But the name of my business is E2E Healthcare Solutions. E2E stands for Educating to Empower. And I'm a health education consultancy / patient experience consultancy. Now I do want to share some statistics with you all right now, just to set the context of why I do what I do. Healthcare expenditures in the United States of America as of 2023 was $4.9 trillion. The top 3 chronic conditions that affect healthcare expenditures is heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, and diabetes. It is predicted to increase to $7.7 trillion by 2032. Health disparities economic burden was $451 billion in 2018. That's the latest statistic I was able to find, so I'm sure it's more now. And for those who don't know what a health disparity is, it is preventable differences in health status, access to health care, and disease burden among individuals and groups. Typically, the root causes of those are race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, social orientation, sexual orientation, and gender. Low health literacy, which is the root of why I do, is dangerous. 9 out of 10 adults struggle with health literacy, and about 12% of adult Americans have proficient health literacy. And then when it comes to understanding health insurance, 51% of people that are insured, adults, have a slight understanding of what their health insurance is. So, oh, I didn't get the clicker. All right. So just let that sit in, those statistics, and I'll get to what I do. So this is a short video that talks about E2E Healthcare Solutions in my life.
This worked yesterday. There we go.
Welcome to E2E Healthcare Solutions. I'm Latanya Clark Price, a Detroit native passionate about changing how we approach health literacy and education. At E2E Healthcare Solutions, we bring over 20 years of experience in various corners of healthcare. Driven by my personal journey and mission to honor my late mother, I am dedicated to transforming healthcare education and improving communication for all. In August 2023, I lost my mother to heart disease due to poor communication and inadequate care. This has fueled my dedication to health education and advocacy. My passion for healthcare transformation also stems from my lived experiences of health inequities and seeing it happen to others. At E2E Healthcare Solutions, we prioritize making healthcare accessible, understandable, and inclusive. We are committed to bridging communication gaps in healthcare settings, particularly for marginalized communities. So, together, we can support better health, inspire change by educating to empower.
services, I have 2 service categories, workshops and trainings, and then consulting. So with the workshops and training, those will entail group workshops, talking about different healthcare topics. So preventive health, what do we do to prevent disease? I'm really big on prevention. However, we know sometimes that's not possible due to hereditary things, lifestyle, things of that nature. So what can we do to improve your quality of life while living with this condition? So I want to be able to educate people thoroughly, which is why health literacy is the root of why I do what I do. And I feel like that is a gap in the healthcare system. Simply put, providers, they don't have time to properly educate. And just handing a patient a worksheet about their condition is not sufficient enough, especially if people don't have adequate health literacy. They don't understand what they're reading. So I want to be able to help people to understand what's going on with them and how I can help and empower them to advocate for themselves. Then I also am offering healthcare professional workshops, specifically that'll be a training on provider communication between them and the patient. Let's cut the jargon down. My patient don't understand what you're saying, so less jargon. And it's hard for them because they, they're doctors, they communicate amongst healthcare professionals all day, so it's hard for them to come down and level out with the patient. Well, I want to educate them on the different health literacy principles that I've just learned about in a training to help them better communicate with their patient and get the best out of that patient experience. Healthcare consulting, so that's pretty much bringing what I do in these settings to a more individualized setting, where I talk to you one-on-one and help you understand your health care, whether you are confused because your doctor just didn't spend the time with you, or the doctor is like, hey, LaTanya, can you help this patient, educate them on this condition that they have because they have low health literacy. Health insurance navigation guides. As I shared with you that statistic, 51% of people don't. 51% of people have a slight understanding of their health insurance. So it doesn't matter what socioeconomic status you are. You could have a master's, PhD. Health insurance is hard to understand. So I thankfully I'm a subject matter expert. I've been working in healthcare for nearly 13 years. And a portion of that is in health insurance, and I have an undergraduate and MBA in health administration. So I want to be able to help people navigate that process. So whether you're confused about your coordination of benefits, or you don't understand, why do I need a prior authorization, or do I need a prior authorization? It's open enrollment. Which plan should I pick? I can be there to support you with that. So our biggest challenges: capital, manpower, time management, right? These are the typical things that up-and-coming entrepreneurs struggle with. So money, you need money to make money. And I need manpower because I need to delegate. I'm doing everything. I do have 2 team members that my husband and my friend that are nurses that will help me with the chronic disease management education. But as far as everything else, operations, HR, marketing, sales, branding, I'm doing all of that. So I really need help, which is why time management is also an issue because I work a full-time job. So I'm a mother, I'm a wife. So, just trying to balance that all. Anybody that have that experience, that have overcome those challenges, I welcome that feedback, please. So that's that. So what I've tried, right? Bootstrapping my business, like I said, I'm wearing all the hats. I do have a website and some social media, IG and Facebook. Again, wearing all the hats, but not the way I want to efficiently. I have outreach to prospects via phone and email using HubSpot and customer relationship management system. And right now I am offering 3 to 4 free workshops during Heart Health Month on high blood pressure, just to get some exposure and testimonials. So lessons learned. I need to invest more time in my business to generate leads. I know that my output will only be as good as my input. So increasing my personal investment in my business to hire additional staff can pay off until I become cash flow positive. So how can the community help? That's what we're here for. What is the most effective way to solicit clients? How do I reach the decision makers?
Should I hire a VA? And are there tools that can help me streamline my sales process? And this is how you can get in contact with me, but I can, my website, my Instagram, Facebook, email, and my phone number.
All right.
Thank you.
Provide any information, suggestions, money.
Yes. I promise you I'll use it the right way.
Who's your ideal client?
Okay, let's come on.
Go, no, come on, you know.
And we want to kind of stay, we have a YouTube community that's watching this, so we want to kind of keep everybody right here. Come on down. I'm sorry. Right here, right here. We love you,
Who is your ideal client?
Right, okay. So I'm B2B and B2C. Ideal client would be doctor's offices, hospital systems, small businesses that have a wellness program for their, employees, community organizations that's aligned with our mission that wants to increase health literacy or health outcomes in the community.
I don't have to get to as a pharmacist, they would always have, most hospitals, they're graded on as patients leave the hospital, if they come back because of low health literacy. Right, we would have to, as a pharmacist, we have to go over their medications and things of that nature before they went home. Because again, they come back into the hospital, they get a lower rating for that hospital.
Right.
So that's an area, and there's always a bucket of money for that.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was just a job or that somebody else may be able to help with that.
Yeah.
And those would be the people, that would be the twist that I would put on how to save them money if they don't come back into the hospital.
Yes. Thank you.
Hello. Should I hire a virtual assistant? I think so. I mean, I think that would help a lot with the day-to-day, things that you do repetitively, things that can be delegated, that would give you a lot of more energy and time for the higher level activities. Also, the decision makers. I worked for a medical school for 7 years, and there's a lot of decision makers there. I don't work there anymore. However, I still might have some contacts there, but they're always giving programs. They call it lunch to learn.
Lunch to learn.
Lunch to learn. The kids would come and they would do their lunch while someone gave a presentation. And I think this would be great for them because you would also be connected to a lot of decision makers for whatever health system they work for. But yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Hello, I'm Phoenicia, again from Business Solutions, and I'm the virtual administrative assistant.
Okay.
I wanted to touch points on how do you reach the decision makers. In my previous role, that was one of the things that I really enjoyed. I just walked in their building, in their establishment. Hi, how are you? If that is the decision maker, or I'm asking, are you the manager, are you so-and-so? If they aren't, their associates are very happy to say when to come back, what time to come back, if they're on lunch or anything. Usually when you walk in, you're on the spot, they kind of just give you the time, right? So that was how I did for that. Of course, there are tools that can help you streamline your sales process. I can help you out with that as well.
Okay.
I saved this for last because I promised I wouldn't cry. I went into medical assistant as a starting point in like 2013 or somewhere like that because my mother passed away from cancer. She was misdiagnosed twice. So I really felt that, as a child, you're like, man, how come, only if I had been more educated, only if I had known more, maybe I could have helped my mom help herself. And a lot of times because we aren't health conscious or educated, or aware, we lean solely on the doctors or who are telling us this. Not to discredit them or anything, but I feel like you do need to have your own education, right, about that.
Yes.
So when you spoke about that, it touched me, and I was like, I'm not gonna cry. So I did a great job.
Yeah. My condolences.
Yes. Other thing is, I am the administrative support or administrative support partner at Turner Housing. We are in the midst of trying to open the facility, but it is housing with wraparound services. A big thing in Pontiac and a lot of other places is homelessness. We tend to feed the homeless what they need right then, but we don't have a long-term solution. So Turner Housing provides that long-term solution. Shanti, who's the owner, she's a licensed therapist. So we have a team of licensed therapists. People will actually live on site and be able to take advantage of those services. And right now we're looking for partners who are able to administer those services. Our focus is mental health, right? So I thought that you would be a great asset as partner to Turner Housing, so I would love to further talk to you.
Yes, thank you so much for that opportunity.
How you doing, Latanya?
I'm all right, how you?
My name is Michael Muse. I can definitely relate, and the one thing that comes to your manpower issue. For me, I saw that as a real quick, simple fix. I'm a 13-year kidney transplant recipient. And so, when it comes to people who have beaten the odds in transplants, cancers, those are your warriors. Those are the people who will stuck the ground for you because they see other people around them who are going through health issues, who don't have the right information, don't have the right resources. So the manpower issue, you can get a band of people around you because what you're doing, you're helping to person get the right resources to live longer. And of course, we all, when it comes to our family, that's what support us, we're gonna do what it takes.
Thank you so much. So first, I just want to commend you because this is a big deal. And so I appreciate the fact that you're taking this on. My name is Julie Lennart, and I actually do marketing, like automating stuff, so I can totally help you with that. But I'm gonna say two things that you might, I mean, if you embrace them, they will really help you, but it's work, right? So even though I automate processes, what I always tell people to do is understand what your framework and your ecosystem is for the way you're gonna do your business first, and then go out into the market to find the tool to help you. So there's tons of people who will sell you tools to do stuff, like AI is everywhere. But I encourage you to just kind of sit down, maybe it's a Saturday or Sunday, and say, okay, how do I want, who are the people I want to reach? How am I going to reach them? Where are they? What tools can I provide? So that's my first thing. Just kind of map that out. It doesn't have to be perfect, but think about it, because there'll be things that you'll miss. I've done this myself. There'll be things you'll miss. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't think I need to do that. The second thing is, I know no entrepreneur ever wants to hear this, okay? No one does. But you gotta pick a wins, right? Like you gotta pick one. And the reason why I say it is not because you don't want to reach everybody, but your messaging is what's gonna drive how you get those leads in and how you're able to do your business. So to the extent you can have a very focused message, you can grab those people into your world, and then you can automate the process to follow up with people and provide the information. And the third and my final thing is, you are such an expert. Like you're already an expert. So I would leverage a platform like LinkedIn and come out as the expert that you are and share the details and build a community around, you could even build it around specific health, you mentioned the 3, heart disease. Maybe you have a community, and in that community you have a channel that's heart disease, a channel that's, diabetes, and then, interview, bring in some doctors and some other people, and that way you can take that content and you can multiply yourself. You can be your own army, because then you can take that content and repurpose it so that you're reaching many, many more people. And you can do that and still keep your full-time job, right? So that would be my recommendation. And then I commend you. I'm happy to work with you on the automation, but I want to focus you on what are we automating first, and then pick something to do it. So thank you so much.
Hi, how are you? Okay, hi. My name is Nedra Banks, and I'm the owner and operator of the Grub Bank. We provide healthy choices in the city of Detroit, plant-based and vegan options. What is the most effective way to solicit your clients? I would say, who are the people that you want to serve? When you ask yourself that question, you'll find your clients. In the food space, majority of diseases and problems that we are facing in the community It's the source of food, and I would love to assist you, partner with you, help you, and give you some resources and help you get that client base that you need.
Awesome. Thank you so
You are
much.
very welcome.
Hi, my name is Dr. Janita Waddle, and I have spent 25 years in healthcare. Thank you so much, because this is a really important topic, because the most difficult thing that hospitals and doctors face is patients that aren't educated when they come to see them. So having advocacy in the community that you, an organization like yours would be very helpful to ensuring that we close that disparity gap. I do want to say to you, you already struggle with time management. So when you say you're both B2B and B2C, you need to decide where you want to focus the little time you have. I think it's really important that if you're going to focus, say, on the consumer, that you connect with organizations like AARP, and there's a lot of community advocacy programs came out of the Affordable Care Act, and knowing that we need to push responsibility down to patients because some of these chronic diseases are manageable. And so I think if you want to connect with the consumer, decide you want to connect with the consumer, and then you can build a program around that. But I think when you're trying to do both and you don't have that kind of time, it's going to be a challenge, because your other audience would be hospital institutions and other large organizations where you could approach their community divisions, because they do have them. Now, out of the Affordable Care Act came those programs, and so they too may be in need of services such as yours, so that when a patient does come to them, they already have an idea of, okay, if I have diabetes, what are the things that I could be doing so that when I'm talking to my doctors, clinicians, and physicians, they can guide me better, so I have a better understanding before I get there. So decide where you want to be, because either one of those things is huge, and it's a different audience.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for that. I'm Carmen, I'm here with Incubizo, and I'm coming, I guess, from a different perspective with how to solicit clients. First, I've entered a chapter of caretaker for my mother. She's living with me, and it's a time. Your client can also be the children of the people that are already on that road, because we need the education, because they ain't gonna listen. So that might be an avenue. Those grief groups, those small groups of people that are giving support in mental health capacities need those mental health care advocacy tools as well. So that might be a way for you to go. There's a group in Detroit called Grief House. They meet at the congregation. They're an amazing group, so maybe you can get plugged in with them. Get plugged in with your chambers. Ferndale Parks and Rec, they have like a senior group that meets. Like, those are all free things that need this sort of conversation and programming anyways. So those might be ways to just like get plugged in. And then someone was talking about like ARPA funds, like go to Michigan Works, they will have you talk, and then they have funding for veterans and seniors and youth and all of those things to kind of get you plugged into the school districts and things like that. So depending on where your business is registered, that's the county you would go to find the right Michigan Works, and I can help you like sort that through. But Michigan Works also will help amplify this, because I think it's really, yes, nice. Thank you so much for that.
Hi, Tanisha. I have just quick thing. So first, my question is, what is your sales process?
Right. So outreaching to people, telling them what I do, asking what their pain points are, via email or phone call, leave a voicemail, may get a call back, may not.
Okay, and I ask this because you already know, I know what that is, what that is, but making sure that we are looking at that, if your sales process is what needs to be streamlined in that process. You're looking at each piece, and you're taking that one piece and tweaking that one piece that needs to be adjusted. So before you streamline it, you need to understand what is the process and what needs to be streamlined. And quickly, one thing that came to mind about the B2C that I thought that was relevant, that I didn't know that you did, was the helping understand the plans. So in the legal world, we call that limited scope engagement. That I see that as a limited scope engagement. People can consult with you by a half hour, hours, and bring their policy or their concern to you, and you can help them navigate that thing if you want to do B2C. But that was quickly something I thought about, so we can talk about that later.
Okay.
See if that's all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So I'm a former publisher of coffee table books, 400 pages, and it listed all of the who's who in certain industries. I learned sales, and how I learned it, I use books like this.
Crazy.
No, the book of lists.
No.
So it will tell you all of the highest paid hospital executives, the largest physician groups, it gives you their numbers, their missions, their people. And what I did, I went to where these people hung out. I would go to a reception, I would target them, and I would have my micro message. I lost my mind, and that should have never happened. I'm making this up. And I have a program that will help other people not go through what I went through. So again, bringing them in, letting them know why you're doing what you're doing at an event, and say, can I have a 10-minute meeting with you? And they'll give you more. I promise you. I sold 6 pages to one person for $25,000, and they wrote a personal check for my book. This works. These are the type of books where all of the information is laid out for you. And just being non-traditional. Don't be afraid to reach out to people who can make a difference.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Tanya. Tanya, I just want to say this is our first time meeting face to face, but you were my client. I'm Drake Pfeiffer, and I just want to say that LaTanya is actually one of the perfect Oakland Thrive clients because she actually follows the program. I recommended that she come here to present at Women in Cups today, and she's here, and I just want to applaud her for really following through on what she says she's going to do. And I think that everyone can see that you're going to be an amazing success. So I just want to just encourage you to continue. I told you you were going to get a wealth of information from this today, and you can see it wasn't an understatement. And so I'm looking forward to our conversations after this and see where we were going to go, but certainly you're on the right track. We did get some feedback from Vicki Winkler online. She says to the question, yes, hire a VA, invaluable. The key to sales is follow-ups, utilize a good CRM, be consistent in all marketing to build awareness and brand equity. And that was her 3 cents, but I just wanted to come and just let you know that, and all of my clients, I represent Novi, Wixom, Southline, and I want anybody from those areas who's here, please see me. I'll make certain that I connect you to the resources I have. But we're 12 consultants spread out throughout Oakland County, and we make certain that all the resources that we have available in one city are available to all of our clients in anywhere we are. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Drake. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. Give her a round of applause.
Very, very empowering. I really appreciate all the feedback, the advice, the suggestions, the resources, right? Because that's what I need, resources to help me get moving, get this needle moving. So I really appreciate the support and the valuable feedback.
One question. What was one thing you heard that you could implement immediately? And I'm going to ask both the same question.
One thing, it's like 2 things.
Like 2,000.
It's like 2 that I really want to implement. Okay, so definitely the understanding my business process. So where she has said, yes, what she said, understanding that, and then that book. That book, yes, yep, that book.
Prices went up.
On the same question, you want to answer that question for us? If there's one key thing that you can act on immediately that can hurt this one,
You know what, I really like the idea of having a more personable Instagram and so on page. I think that's a great idea, and having steps laid out on what people can do immediately. I think that's an amazing idea, yes. And we have a Michigan page where you can see a more personable page, but I think those are great ideas. Thank you so much, everyone.
So who's going to step up and help us with that? We know we've got our resource partners in the room who can do that, so we're looking forward to it. Thank you, everyone. We are not done. Where's Eric Davis? Automation Alley, one of our partners, is here. There is a program called Project Diamond that every small business owner in the manufacturing space should know about. This is an amazing program. So we invited Automation Alley to come up today and give us a little bit of discussion about what Automation Alley is, what the effect they have on our community, and how you can be involved. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Now can you hear me? Yes. Hi everyone, I am Eric Davis. I am the COO of Project Diamond. And yeah, as Daryl was talking about, it's an initiative that's part of Automation Alley. So I don't know if you guys ever driven on the highway and seen those little Automation Alley counting signs. That's who we are, right? So Automation Alley is a nonprofit. We focus primarily on helping companies digitize. So traditionally in the manufacturing sector, but we also look at companies in professional services, tech, things like that. So so our mission really is to connect all these different players in the ecosystem, gather their insights, and help distribute it to the broader community. So companies, primarily small businesses, can become empowered to take on the rapid change. And I'm sure you guys are well aware of what's going on in AI. You know, what just happened with DeepSeek, and completely revolutionizing what AI can do by democratizing it, by reducing the cost. These are all going to have major impacts, and it's not just the big companies, it's the small. So our job is to contextualize that and bring it down to small businesses. So these are some of the brands we have. We have Automation Alley. We have the Integrate Roundtables. So we actually have one today on AI. It's a series of roundtables where we gather people from all different types of firms, gather their insights, and create a playbook that we share with the rest of the community. And you can get that on LinkedIn. You can get that on our website. We've actually had over 1 million impressions on LinkedIn from it, so it's been an awesome initiative that our marketing team has put on. I'll talk a little bit more about Project Diamond in a little bit, but U.S. Center for Advanced Manufacturing is a more national focus of Automation Alley. So yeah, I'll kind of briefly go through, we focus on Industry 4.0. I won't go into each of the technologies, we got a little bit of time. But essentially all these are interconnected, right? And the first industrial revolution started in the 1800s. We had our second, we had our third one in the 1970s, and now we're in the fourth one. So it's the combination of the physical and the digital, right? And so one of the things that we do, next slide. So what we see as the main driver specifically for manufacturing is becoming more software-based, focusing on 3D printing. How do we distribute our manufacturing? It actually serves small businesses better because it's less capital intensive. And we'll talk about Project Diamond, because now having a network of 3D printers, you can distribute those orders across, and you don't need a large facility. I can print these parts in my home if I wanted to. So those are the types of drivers that we see with Industry 4.0.
There you go. The clicker's dead.
Yeah, so it all starts, when we look at Industry 4.0, it all starts with culture. So becoming a learning organization, we used to have what's called an assessment program, where I would go in, and the major driver, the main thing that inhibited companies was not having a place where the people, the laborers, all the way up to the top, didn't have trust built within the organization. So there's disconnects in communication, and when there's disconnects in communication, you have poor investing outcomes, so you have poor financials, and you don't adopt the right technology. So you need everyone at the table to come in and provide value and be okay with failure. I mean, we've probably experimented on hundreds of different softwares and failed on most of them. but it's those one or two that do really well where you can hit it out of the park. So that's the thing that we want companies to mostly focus on, is the culture side of things. So these are just some of the programs and services we have. You can come up to me afterwards when we talk about those in more detail. And if you want to become a member of Automation Alley, this is where you go. We do offer a free membership to anyone that's a small manufacturer in the state of Michigan. It's pretty cool. It's sponsored by the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. So that's a little bit about Automation Alley. So you can see the theme here. We're all about Industry 4.0 and digitization. So what Project Diamond is it's called, the Diamond actually means something. It's Distributed, Independent, Agile Manufacturing on Demand. So in 2020, we were funded through the CARES Act to provide PPE. And so we were saying, well, how can we do this in a way that's efficient, that also helps our mission in transforming small manufacturers and small businesses? So we decided to come up with a program in phase 1 where we distributed 300 3D printers to small manufacturers, 250 in Oakland County and 50 in Macomb. And the idea was to kind of plant the seeds of how can companies start adopting this technology, because it's coming. It's going to transform Michigan manufacturing in profound ways. We're already seeing it on the West Coast, where you're seeing companies that are able to 3D print whole cars. So you're talking taking something that usually has 30,000 parts that you need to design and manufacture for, and whittling it down to 300 parts that are 3D printed. So it's going to revolutionize manufacturing, and our mission is to get Michigan manufacturers on board as soon as they can, so we can keep them viable, keep them going, because we have a lot of smart people. So yeah, we distributed 300 3D printers. We actually ended up using it to build tourniquets for the Ukraine war effort. So we essentially pushed a button, sent the order out to about 150 of our manufacturers participated. They 3D printed the tourniquets. We did some post-processing and then sent it overseas. So helped establish the idea that you can have a large order be distributed to small manufacturers. So that's one of the inhibiting factors of some of these small companies, is they can't participate in $1 million order. Well, if I get 500 of my buddies to join in on this order, I can participate in this. And so this is the idea that we're building with this. And just one of the success stories that we had was air and liquid systems. One of the things you regularly see in the beginning is cost savings. So they were able to take their part from $100 and reduce it down to $1. Now the backstory to that was when he first joined, the only reason why he joined was because he got an essential membership or essential business badge. Remember those in the pandemic, so he could stay open. He was like 3D printing. I don't care about that, right? But he wanted that essential business badge. Well, he ended up taking the 3D printer, helped revolutionize his business. He started getting into other technologies. He actually sold his firm in 2022. So he was in a crisis of what was my business going to look like once I'm gone? And he was actually able to sell his business. So it's a great success story for him. And it all just started with just a 3D printer. So what did we learn from phase 1? Well, we learned that you can't just give people 3D printers. Not everyone's going to take to it. So what we've done is we've created a program around it. So we work with Oakland County to provide this program. And so we have what's called the PD Academy, or Project Diamond Academy, where we help train companies not just on the technical side, but also the business side of 3D printing. We also have established a digital transformation center. So think of this as like an R&D and production facility for small businesses, where they can go in and they've learned how to do some 3D printing, but now they've realized, well, what if I want to do metal 3D printing? What if I want to start producing parts in mass using 3D printing? We have built this facility so they can do that. And then obviously we're still giving out 3D printing. And then the other piece of this is we're building a marketplace that we're launching this year to help companies buy and sell their 3D printed parts and designs. And the key focus here is on IP. One of the things, if you're a small business owner and you've sold on places like Amazon, your IP isn't protected. And we've had small businesses come to us and say, hey, someone's taken my design and they're selling it. One of the great things about the marketplace is we've selected a vendor called Markforged, and their focus is making sure that when you sell a part, that part isn't being taken and resold by someone else. That's your IP, you monetize it, it's what's going to help you grow as a company. So yeah, right now we have about 55 companies in the program. We're supposed to have 250 by the end. So we have about another 70 that are in. So we have about 120, 130 slots open for this program. And really, you know, this will run until the about Q3 of 2026. And so we're looking for companies right now. It doesn't have to be just small manufacturers. It could be design firms. It could be, we've had education firms come, or education companies come that are, you know, they have youth that they want to educate about cool new technologies, so they want a 3D they can play with. Sure, come on in. Help educate young people on how to use 3D printing. And, you know, by the time they get into the job field, they're going to end up teaching other people because, you know, it's still a relatively new technology. So, you know, the basic requirements are you have to have a physical location in Oakland County. You know, you can't be federally debarred, so that means you can't do anything bad in the past with the federal government and the grants. We haven't run into that issue yet, but you should be all fine. Qualify as a small business, so you can, there's a tool online you can use to see that. Most of the time you're going to qualify unless you have like over 1,000 employees. So if you're at that mark, then you'll want to take a look. And then not have participated in phase one. So yeah, if you're interested in the program, if you know anyone that's interested in the program, I encourage you to apply. We are looking out for funding for further initiatives to expand the program across the state, to expand the curriculum, expand the center. So yeah, so just want to say thanks to everyone, and just hang in there.
Any questions before Eric runs off and goes back to his cup of coffee? One in the back. And we apologize for running over today, folks. If you have places to be and things to do, we certainly understand. But if you'd like to stay around for our photo, we encourage that as well. We always take a group photo because we want everyone to know what we do here on Wednesday mornings. And we want to invite people out because we love this.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Eric, for the presentation. I've known Automation Alley. I was a member of Automation Alley a while ago. Great program. Thank you for the presentation. So a couple of questions. One is on educational side. Do you have any program that you can offer a one-day kind of a workshop or something for high school students?
No, not at the moment. You're talking about on the 3D printing side? Not at the moment, however, we're building a digital version of the workshop. So right now it's a 10-day course. We're taking that, condensing it into a version, although we've been reaching out to community organizations about getting high school students more involved, so I'm definitely hoping to.
Excellent, thank you. The reason I've asked is for high school students to take on a 10-day break to come into the program is just practical. One-day program, preferably a weekend program, or 2 days program, weekend program, they may be able to participate. That's just my thinking I'm sharing with you. Second question I have is, when you say small business, does it have to be already functioning, or is it just startup companies or qualified?
Startup companies can qualify. So we actually have had a few businesses come in that want to pivot into 3D printing, so they created a new entity. So yeah, you can be for-profit, you can also be a nonprofit as well. So yeah, as long as there is a strong case for you to use a 3D printer, we'll allow you to come into the program.
Thank you very much for giving me a chance to ask questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Eric. So before we leave, we do want to take a group photo. We're going to get everybody just to kind of, oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I didn't see you over there.
I'm so glad you asked about the high schoolers first. So where am I supposed to stand? So as a trade, I teach sewing and crafts, and I have incredible ideas for a sewing machine and for a washing machine. And I would need a 3D printed, but I don't have a need for 7,000 of them. I just have a need for a model. Would the program you have give us the capability to just build out 1 or 2 things at a time? No, just full scale.
Just like specific little parts that you want? Yeah, that's a, yeah.
No, the whole thing with the parts and
maybe not understanding the question.
So, you know, when they design cars, so when they design cars, everything is in it, correct? And they want to make sure that it's going to fit together. A prototype, correct, a 3D prototype. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so that, it kind of highlights one of the differences between 3D printing and traditional manufacturing, if I'm understanding your question correctly. So with 3D printing, you eliminate the need to have so many parts because you don't need to.
But you can see it, that's what I
Yeah.
heard you say, because you can eliminate things that aren't necessary.
Exactly. So you can, what we teach companies to do is to not just prototype one design at a time, but multiple designs at a time. So you say, well, maybe I want to use some lightweighting, so I'll build some geometries in there, and I'll print one part. And then maybe on that same build, I'll do something that's a little bit aesthetically different, maybe one that's a little stronger, maybe one. So you can do those different things, just do the design, print it out, and then do the testing on your own and figure out which one works best.
So then the gist of my question is then, is it something that I could do through your organization, 1-on or 2-on, and not have a whole program?
Yeah. So right now we're, the Digital Transformation Center is just the grant funded piece of it. We're gonna make it commercially available so you can order parts either through there or you can, through the marketplace, order from other small manufacturers. So if you have a design that you want printed, you can send them the design, they'll print it for you and then come in the mail. You're welcome.
Thank you, Tanya, and thank you all. Really appreciate it. We had a full day today. We don't normally have 2 presenters on one day because we want to give that extra time. I think this worked out perfectly because not only are we saving the planet, we're trying to save lives. We love it. Even mine. So again, we're going to do a group photo. Carmen, what do you want people? Where you are. Can I gather all together? Okay. And we also present a 1 million cups. Our presenters today will receive a 1 million cups insulated coffee mug, of course, because we do coffee. Gets over. She gets one. And Latanya, come on, we gotta go up to the front. Our presenters, Eric, you gotta get up here too, don't run off.